Hey everybody, I'm making this video for people who have expressed an interest in joining the little team that I'm pulling together, because I wanted to explain to you what my motivation is, what this team is all about, as well as the tool, one of the tools that I'm using. So for those of you who have known me a bit longer, you know that one of the things, especially in this season of my life, that's really driving me, that's really motivating me, is this sense that, or this conviction, if you like, that somehow we've missed a whole part of what our formation is about within the Christian church or followers of Jesus, however you want to put that. Because we've missed the role that our bodies play in our formation, in who we are becoming. And one of the things that I'm recognizing as I work with people, and I do that in many different contexts, is that we often feel as though in the inner part of who we are, like our emotions, our spirit, our soul, our thinking, that's the real us, and that somehow that doesn't have much to do with how we live in our bodies, with how we take care of ourselves, how we experience life in our bodies. And I'm convinced that we're missing something. So my journey with all of this has been from a place of massive dissociation from my body because of trauma, and I'm talking, way back when, and now kind of towards a desire to be healthy, and then think sort of towards even more integration of like, oh well, how does my walk of faith, how does my relationship with God intersect with the way that I live in my body, and does God have anything to say about that? Does he care about that? Is he involved in that? And this journey took me through a master's program in spiritual formation. It took me to get qualified as a spiritual director. In the context of working in spiritual direction, I'm exploring with people specifically how they relate to their bodies, and how they experience God and his invitations to them in the context of their physical experience. And then in October, I'm going to be starting a research program to give myself more opportunity to explore this whole thing, because the truth is I'm on a journey of discovery. I don't have answers. I just have this conviction, like I said, that there's something to this. So I will be part of the Oxford Centre for Mission Studies. I'll be doing some research, and I'm really keen to have people around me who are just as motivated as I am, just as interested as I am in this, the way that our physical experience and our faith experience are connected, especially in the area of health and fitness. That's a personal passion piece for me, but also because of how I've experienced the sort of the healing and the integration that's happened through pursuing fitness, I truly sense that there's something about the way that we engage our bodies that is crucial to our formation as people, and in the context of our Christian faith. I don't know where that journey will take me, but what I'm hoping is that I will develop some curriculum, some kind of training that could be offered maybe as a retreat, maybe as a workbook, some kind of tool that will enable us to deliver some of this to other people. And the goal of all of that for me is always more freedom and more joy for people as they live in their bodies, in the world, in the reality of their lives, following Jesus. So we'll see where that takes me. I've got a kind of rough draft of a devotional, and maybe that will be part of that package that emerges. Yeah, we'll see where it takes me. But so now we're at 5 minutes, and I want to fill you in on the second part of this message. So that first part is all about kind of my motivation and where I'm at in this process, which, as you can tell, is kind of unfolding. I don't have all the answers for sure. But what's been interesting over the last couple of years is that I've come across this fitness tool called Beachbody. And it's played a very interesting part in how I've engaged from this place of conviction. Because when you become a coach with Beachbody, which is basically somebody who helps other people use the tools, use the fitness programs, and benefit from them, it offers you a whole platform and a way of engaging with people, which meets them right where they're at. So people might be searching for a way to feel better about their bodies, and maybe they do that by asking questions about nutrition. Maybe they do that by wanting to find out about some kind of workout program. And in the process of working with them, a whole lot of other stuff comes up about how they feel in their bodies, why they have the particular habits that they have in their bodies, whether they, if they're believers, whether they see that God is with them, helping them to move forward. So the whole thing is very much tied up with the first part of what I just explained to you, my motivation, my journey. But it gives me something very concrete, very practical. I know the programs work. I know that I can offer them to people and they will be helped by them. And the way that you're trained to be a coach is to use your networks on social media in order to be a person of influence in the lives of the people that you are in contact with. And by having a very concrete tool that works and that you're using yourself and can demonstrate that it actually works, it takes out of this whole thing like the sort of the guesswork of, oh, well, yeah, it would be great if I felt good in my body. It'd be great if I felt that God was with me on that journey, but I don't like running, or I don't want to go to the gym, or, whatever it is. So what I'm looking for is I'm looking for a crew of people who will be with me on this journey, who are interested in being coaches with Beachbody. Definitely, you don't need to feel that you've got all the answers. You don't need to feel that you've got this whole thing sewn up for yourself. In fact, the truth is we're all on a journey, and the more authentically we can share the challenges of that journey, the more we're able to help others as they face those challenges. But if you're interested in what it would look like to use the Beachbody tools, to get familiar with them, to invite other people to use them, but always with this motivation of what does it look like for us to be in a place of joy and freedom in our bodies, and what is it that God's inviting us to as his people, given the fact that Jesus said that he came to give us life in all its fullness. What does that mean for us in our embodied state? And I think there's some things that come to us through movement, through moving our bodies, through getting comfortable in our bodies. There's a kind of formation that comes to us in the sort of more inner being, if you like. And there's some things that work the other way around. There's stuff that changes on the inside of us and it works out in the way, the habits that we have in our bodies. So if you're interested in coming on this journey of discovery with me, I would absolutely love to tell you more. Obviously, I haven't given you details in this video. This is really just to share the heart of it. And if you'd like to know more about what would be involved, then please drop me a line. I'll check in with you and just see, is this something that you'd be excited about? I am definitely excited about it, and I promise you I'm seeing it change people's lives, which is a big thing to say, but apparently it matters.